right, they got him. He blew a kiss at her. He tripping. Well, it looks like they finally got Derrick Groves. Make sure y'all drop a like on this, comment, subscribe. Did y'all know that they still didn't get Derrick Groves? You remember them inmates that I believe they escaped from a Louisiana jail? He's been on the run for, I believe, the last 5 or 6 months. Like Derrick Groves been doing his own little thing. He been living down in Atlanta. I'm not even gonna say he been on the run down in Atlanta. He been living down in Atlanta. He moved down there about 5 months ago, and he been doing his own thing. We ain't gonna say he was on the run because my man was doing his thing. He been out here. Now apparently they found him. They found him somewhere. Let me see. I gotta see where they actually found him at. Where they actually find him at.
Remaining inmate at large from that massive jailbreak from the jail in New Orleans in May has just been captured in the last 15 minutes in southwest Atlanta. All we know right now, this is coming from U.S. Marshals and federal officials, is that they were acting on a tip from Crime Stoppers New Orleans and other information reporting that Groves had possibly been in the Atlanta, Georgia area.
He got hit by Crime Stoppers. So let me know. The person who called Crime Stoppers, do they get paid for that? They should get paid for that, right? They had a tip, and the tip, because it say like if the tip leads to all that. I've never called that, never planned to, but I'm like, yo, if your tip led to that, then I guess the person from Crime Stoppers is gonna get paid for that. Keep going.
They went to a house, and that is where they found Groves in the last 30 to 45 minutes. It is our understanding from federal U.S. Marshals that Derrick Groves is in custody right now. When he'll be extradited back to New Orleans, that is not known. But as everybody knows by now, Groves was one of 10 people to break out of the Orleans Justice Center, which is just another name for the jail in the city of New Orleans back in May. Nine other inmates had been captured. Many believe that Groves could possibly have been the mastermind of this entire escape. Derrick Groves is a convicted killer, having been found guilty of killing numerous.
He a convicted killer and he the mastermind? Good Lord. He been on the run since the first quarter of the year. Beginning of the second quarter. Now we in the fourth quarter. He just now being found. Derrick Groves. And I'm wondering how they actually found him though. Like how did they actually get him? Like who did somebody see him? Like a tip just to an Atlanta area is like one thing, but like somebody had to actually see him. Let's keep going with
people on Mardi Gras Day several years ago. He has now been on the run for several months, but now on October 8th, he has now been brought to justice in the Atlanta area in South.
But we're not gonna skip that. I think he said he just smoked somebody on Mardi Gras a couple years ago. Tripping.
Southwest Atlanta. We are waiting for a video from the scene. It's our understanding that Atlanta PD as well as federal officials raided a house a few hours ago. They were tipped off that Groves could have been there. And now, according to U.S. Marshals, he, in fact, was there. Joining us live, the point person for a lot of this, U.S. Marshal Brian Fair. Brian, first off, congratulations on ending now what has been almost a 6-month search for Derrick Groves.
Thank you, and can't take credit for it. This was a team effort through multiple law enforcement agencies and with support from Crime Stoppers GNO.
So if you can talk about this, you have done a lot of interviews. You told us back in May, it may take weeks, it may take months, but we will eventually catch Derrick Groves. I know that the investigation is still fresh. It's actually happening right now, but how did you all track him down to Georgia, to Southwest Georgia? Was it essentially just a tip called into Crime Stoppers?
It was a combination of tips that we received from Crime Stoppers GNO and then follow-up work done by the U.S. Marshal Service over the last couple months. We developed information that he was possibly at a house on Honeysuckle Street in Atlanta, Georgia. And this morning, from what you saw in the news, was the follow-up of that. The U.S. Marshals knew.
So it sounds like he's saying the U.S. Marshals, but all I just heard was a bunch of tips saying where this guy was at. So it was basically tips that brought him forward. And this guy's a convicted murderer. How you feel about that and how you call the cops is up to you. There's nothing wrong with it. Y'all civilians, that's what y'all do. Come on.
Orleans Task Force sent a collateral lead out to the U.S. Marshals Southeast Regional Fugitive Task Force in Atlanta They, along with the Atlanta PD SWAT team, acted on that tip. And behind the scenes, there was a lot of investigative work done here in New Orleans by the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, the New Orleans Police Department, Louisiana State Police, FBI, HSI, and the U.S. Marshals. So there was a lot of manpower, hours, and investigation that went into this to today's result.
Yeah, and look, Brian, we're all going to have a lot of questions. So is the general public watching this right now. Do you know how long he's been in Atlanta or how he got there? I mean, obviously he didn't fly. Does it seem like somebody transported him across state lines to try to hide him out in Georgia?
I don't want to speculate at this time. I would guess that, yeah, somebody probably did help transport him there. That's going to be a follow-up investigation that will be done. It is possible additional people go to jail.
And is this the kind of...
Now, if you transported Derrick Groves and they don't know who if I see somebody get arrested because they transported Derrick Groves, I feel like that's so corny because that means Derrick Groves is told on them. It means you done transported this man from New Orleans to Atlanta and you got told on by him because they don't know how he got there right now. So if it pop up later on, we know how he got there. I'm like, Derrick, not only is you a killer, at this point, you a cornball. Come on.
This does bring a close to this, with the exception of the investigation still going on at OPSO. But is this a day that people can breathe a big sigh of relief that all 10 inmates are finally back in custody? Yes,
I would say this is that day that you can finally relax a little bit now that this has finally been done. It's taken quite a few months. We're just happy it's over. It took several hours once they went to the house today. He was hiding in a crawl space. A lot of manpower hours and effort and equipment had to be used today to get him out of the house.
And he came out without incident, or did he put up any kind of fight? I know these are details that are still coming into you as well.
I would not call this without incident. There was probably a 3 or 4 hour, I don't know if we'd call it a standoff, where we didn't know if he was in the house or not. Nobody was there, but ultimately he was located in a crawl space in the house.
Does it seem, I mean, look, Brian, I know this is all going to come out in the investigation, but do you believe he's been there for several weeks or months? I mean, is this the kind of place that he went to back in May and has just been holed up in Southwest Atlanta since?
That's going to take some more follow-up work. I would say we probably believe he's been there for a little while, but we don't know how long. It's going to take a lot more follow-up work on that end.
And look, is this the kind of thing, too, where you all have exhausted a lot of man hours and time, but this is what the U.S. Marshals do. I mean, you track down people who are wanted by local, state, and federal law enforcement, while you've seen the task force get smaller, where NOPD, OPSO, state police had to pull some people back because they had to go on with other cases. The U.S. Marshal's office never stopped working on this.
Correct, and they still had people assigned to the case. Like state police has somebody assigned full-time on our task force, so does Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office. So those people continue to work, and LSP and Orleans continue to support our efforts during that time. So did HSI and FBI. The scale got a little smaller, but like I said, we at that point, once the majority of them were captured, we were able to focus more on Mr. Groves.
And look, I don't know if you can see it, Brian. We were taking a live look. That looks like a federal and state SWAT team. As we talk to you, we have a live picture from Atlanta here.
So they had the feds on that boy. They had the state on that boy. They had everybody looking for Derrick Groves. It was 10 inmates that escaped from a Louisiana jail back in May. All 9 of them got captured. I said Derrick. Actually, it was a poll going throughout social media saying who's the last one that's going to get caught. Everybody said Derrick Groves just because it looked like he wasn't. It looked like he meant business. He was trying to get up out of there. It took until now. What is it? September? What is this? What is it? October? That's how you know I be grinding. I don't even know what month it is. But this man has been on the run doing this thing. So y'all dropping in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Derrick Groves is finally captured. At this point, it became like a meme. It became a meme, but I'm going to tell you this right now, Derrick Groves. They sending you to a supermax. Oh, no. Wherever you was at in Atlanta, it ain't going to have shit to do with like, boy, they sending you somewhere. Man, you might run into the Riddler. You might run into the Joker where you about to go, bro. You might run into Bane. They sending you where Bane at. Oh, they gonna make sure you don't do this again. All right, so y'all drop a comment, drop a like. Let me know what y'all think about this. Hit that hype button. Somebody in the comments tell me what this hype button do. I'm gonna just Google it after this. I really don't know what it do, but hit the button. They say it's good and it helps push stuff out. And we're gonna keep dropping every day. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new around here, you know, YouTube get a little finicky. You want to find your way back. That subscribe button going to help you do that. It's your boy, What's Up G. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you already know I love y'all. I'm going to put another video right here. Hit this video right here, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next video, the next viral video. And I'm out, y'all. Derrick finally caught.